Hey, I know. Let me know if you guys want a reading. I'm doing them $6 each today. Already got flying cards. $6 each today. I know. I'm good. How are you? Been moving, figuring some shit out. That's why there's like a mound of clothes back there, and there's like everything everywhere right now. I wonder if you guys could like hear me better on this microphone actually too. I forgot to plug this in. Let's see. Oh wait, I can't plug it in. Never mind. Scratch that. So let me know if you guys want a reading. All the information is in the description. $6, a question today. So if you have a few questions, you can go ahead and ask a few questions. They are $6 a question. Ask me anything. We got a few different decks here, and I'm doing questions for 6 today. So let me know. Sorry, I can't give free ones. I'm just not in that place right now to where I can do that. Sorry about that. I still am doing that raffle though, so whoever wants to get involved in that, know that as well. If you get a reading, then you will be entered into the raffle. So that's fun. Did not forget about that raffle. Actually, we got it pretty full at this point. Still gotta pick that person, okay? So if you guys want in on this raffle, get a reading and you're automatically entered into the raffle. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well, please. I know I've been gone for a while, but gotta get back into this, you know? Missed you guys. It looks like some of you are closed off to the idea because being kind of like not communicative, that's okay. Sneakiness, trying to hide something. Three people involved, trying to get together with friends and have a good time, trying to enjoy the time together and each other's company, things like that, you know, more than one person, good friends. Hey, Feisty Queen, how you doing? Ooh. So So you will get entered into this raffle. We'll do double entry here since we're almost full with this raffle, you guys. If you get a reading today, then I will enter you in twice at one time. So just double entries today, double entries. So let's see. Okay. Doing double entries today for people who get a reading. So let's see. Okay. So Feisty Queen will be entered in twice into this raffle here for this one reading. Okay, yeah, no problem. No worries. I'm trying to make it a little more straight and pretty. So that's gonna go in there once you get it together and you have the time. That's happening. What's this one? Oh, got it. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Okay, Feisty. And we got your 2 right here. So I'm going to put them in the raffle for you. And thank you, by the way. What is your question? Go ahead and post it anytime. Well, we can cover a broad subject. I mean, you can ask a few questions. Just keep in mind each question is $6, but if you want to cover a lot of different areas, then maybe just ask something more broad. I like these. That should work. What's going on between my... What's going on between my sister and I? Well, more like, what should I do about our situation? Okay, let's see. Okay. Tell me about the situation between her and her sister, please. Tell me about the situation between Feisty Queen and her sister. Anything that we need to know and anything that she can do. Okay. It's going to be a long while before you see any progression. It's going to take some time. So there could be some issues between you that you need to work out in a way that is not just something you can change overnight. Like these could be deep-seated issues that you both have to work very hard in order to see any change or any progression. So know that it's not going to be overnight. It looks like it's actually going to be like until this garden can grow, which is going to take a while. So I mean, don't expect anything to be like huge on change. Like don't expect any miracles or anything. This is something that you have to put a lot of hard work and effort into, and also most importantly patience. So that's one thing. Also, somebody needs to kind of go off on their own for a while, and the emotional stress that they're dealing with is significant. So there's something missing here. This cup right here, this space here, it's missing. And the reason it's missing is because somebody is not paying attention to, what they really need inside to feel okay. And that could be both of you. That could be one or both of you. But somebody more specifically, really needs to go off into the mountains here, per se, and just kind of be on their own and try to figure it out. And, really listen to their intuition, really be meditating and doing that self-care. Very important at this time that this person doesn't neglect their emotions, because it's really just leading to a place where they're not even sure what they feel, and that can cause a lot of trouble, because then like you said, you just want to kind of know where you guys stand, and really that makes sense, because there's a lot going on here. You're not really listening to yourself and what you really want and feel, because if you were, then you would kind of probably already know the answer to this situation. But it obviously doesn't just involve you, so it involves her as well, and she's got her own issues associated. So Here, though, we have the moon. How fitting. So it's funny because here you can see the moon, the eclipse happening, and then, the moon comes out, so it's quite fitting. Really, it represents a lack of clarity in all ways and in every way. A lack of clarity here regarding your emotions, regarding where you stand with each other, regarding what to do next, and regarding, what the best mode of action would be. Everything is confused. There is no clarity here. And that is what the moon is, because the sun is the opposite. And the sun, if everything is revealed and, laid out in the open, then the moon is the opposite, which means nothing is out in the open. Everything is hidden. Everything is unclear. And that can be very frustrating. So with the star here, though, interestingly enough, Aquarius, but also representative of, don't lose hope. I feel like you guys can really, make change. It's just going to take some time, and it seems like it's never going to happen. It seems like it's going to take forever. But you do honestly have to get down, sit down with each other and get serious about what's really going on, because I feel like really the main issue is there's a lot of emotional conflict here, and it's not something that's so laid out on the table. It's something that you both probably don't even realize is affecting the other person. Like, you might think you know what her issues are with you and vice versa, but really I don't think it's being said at all, and there's reasons for that. I mean, first of all, somebody, either one or both of you probably think that it's just not your place, or you just don't know how to say it, you don't know how to communicate it. But that's one of the most important parts of the whole thing, is that neither of you guys know even what the problem is, what the real problem is, because it's something that you're having an issue with yourself, with listening to yourself, and what you really need to say is not coming out. And here we have somebody getting attention and support from people in the community or people around them. So you guys have a fair amount of support. I feel like people are rooting you guys on. Like, people want you guys to work it out, or people like you guys together. Disrespect. Okay. So see, that's the thing, though. Maybe that's what you think it is. She's ungrateful. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying you're wrong to feel that, because that's how you feel and that's your feelings. But what I'm saying is she probably isn't expressing herself in the way that would really make it seem a lot different. Like, she probably isn't really saying very much to you, and you're seeing that as she does not respect you, and she's not grateful for anything. But really, I think it's just she doesn't really know how to present the situation or the problems, the trouble she's having. It's not really so easy to just kind of like explain, and not to invalidate what you're feeling. I'm just saying it seems like this can be solved, and it really is a deep emotional issue between the both of you. Like, both of you have your own things, and then you have your problems together. And it's just something that you guys are having a hard time, like, communicating and getting across and making sense of to one another. This represents justice. I mean, Libra. Also balance, there's balance that needs to, come of this. See the scales here? So I think, in the end, whatever is fair will happen. Whatever is meant to happen will happen. But what you need to know is, try to be fair and try to just see it from her side. Try to look at both sides of the situation. Even though you're so frustrated and it's like it seems a certain way, try to think about what I said and try to see it in a different way. Like, you probably feel like you've been patient enough, but maybe it's your turn to kind of come out, and instead of being like, not saying you have been, but just for example, instead of being like angry about it or frustrated or, bitchy or something, which, not saying you don't have the right to be upset, but, maybe you should come out and say it in a different way and present it and say, look, I feel like these are the issues we're having. Now, I'm going to let you speak and tell me what issues you think that we're having, because this is not working. And I'm about to cut you loose, so I need you to do something to convince me, basically that I shouldn't let you, like, kick you out. But first of all, let's talk about this, and don't say it like that, you know what I mean? But just present the issue. Say, look, I'm having an issue here. You have been having a lot of self-reflection. You've been doing a lot of deep thought, so I'm sure you've come to a lot of conclusions as to why a lot of things you're doing aren't correct either. You're not just blaming her for everything, but you would like her to kind of show up and do the same thing. And so the only way to do that, you can sit there and assume what each other is feeling and what the real issue is. But I'm telling you from the beginning, this is showing that somebody is not in a good place and they're not listening to themselves. They're not listening to themselves inside, so it's causing a lot of trouble and it's causing a lot of chaos on the outside because they're not really presenting themselves in a way that's even correct or even makes sense to the people around them. So it's like, in order to really get your point across, I would just come from a caring, caring, but a fair place, and a place that kind of like doesn't leave any other option. Like, look, here's what your options are. We can talk about this, or you can like leave, because I think I'm being pretty fair here. Here are my issues with you. Now you can tell me what your issues with me are, because you don't want to be just like a tyrant, and just say, look, this is what you're doing wrong. No one really responds very well to that. You know what I mean? But this is something that you need to do quick. See? Deliberate action very quickly. Don't even think about it. Do it right now. Don't even think about it. Don't like second guess. Don't overthink. You've done enough thinking, and it's time to take action. And it's time to actually do something about this. And what you need to do, I feel like, is just come from a fair place. Come from a place that makes sense, that isn't too demanding. Just try to understand. Try to be open to listening. Because she's probably going to say a bunch of things that are going to piss you off and make you frustrated and make you feel like you have to interrupt. But try to hear her out for a second. Even if you feel like what she's saying are lies or excuses, just let her say what she needs to say. Be silent the whole time, because I'm telling you, when you do that, people tend to say more. Like, if you just stay silent and you don't respond, people will say, they'll keep talking. So just see if you can just let her get it out, and maybe you'll learn something that you didn't really know that is really going on in the situation, instead of her just not caring or being disrespectful. Maybe there is something else going on underneath, which is what I feel, with this. I feel like there's something else going on, and it's not really personal against you, but it is affecting you. So it's important that you bring it up. But I think really this can be resolved, and there's people around you guys that want you guys to resolve this, and that, if you need help, you can reach out to those people. It's not like you guys are just alone in this. People are not against you guys. People want you guys to figure this out individually and together. So let her know that too. If she feels like she doesn't have anybody to reach out to or to help her in her situation, her emotional situation that she's having a hard time with, let her know. There's people around that want to help, or they're here, these resources. I'm here for you. But we need to figure this out, because I can't handle you living in my house and it being like this. I can't handle this. This is not what I am going to keep doing. So we need to figure this out. But I'm trying to come from a place of understanding, and I'll let you, speak on that and let me know what you think we should do. Because if you don't know, then I'm going to have to make a decision that you're probably not going to like, So you kind of have to figure that out. But I think the best way to go about that is just to present your issues with her and let her speak. Hope that made sense to you. Hope that makes sense. It's an emotional issue that, is underlying the whole situation, I feel like. And it's just being presented wrong in a way that's not making much sense at all, and also just not seeming very rational, not seeming very polite or very considerate or very grateful. But I think there's more to it than just that. Thank you. No problem. And you got that double entry in there. So yay. Double entries, you guys, into the raffle. I did not forget about that raffle. the raffle, right? Yeah, see, the thing about it is, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like instead of her being entitled, like, it's coming off wrong. And it seems like because she's not really saying anything or responding or really acting like very grateful, it comes off as entitled. But I think it's more to it. There's more to it than that. Maybe she's ashamed, you know? And that doesn't mean that she should treat it in such a way, but I just don't think you should take it so personal. Like, really get to the bottom of what's going on by just trying to listen to her. And even though it's so hard to do that when people are being frustrating, I feel like you really will learn a lot about maybe what's really going on instead of her just being ungrateful. I think there's a lot more to it than just that. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's something you don't know about what's going on with her. That would make a lot more sense once it's revealed. But, and then maybe once you connect with her in that way, she'll be able to kind of open up more and not, you know, be so closed off and seeming so entitled and ungrateful, and just, you know, maybe there's something else going on there, you know, that you just don't know about yet. But the raffle, in regards to the raffle, whenever someone gets a reading today, out, get out, go, out, 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 out. If I tell him to get out, he doesn't like that. So every reading today, they will be $6 a question, and you'll get a double entry into the raffle. So we're going to be doing a raffle. We've already got it pretty filled up, but, you know, if you get a reading today, then you can be entered twice for one reading. So if you get 2 readings, that's 4, 3 readings, that's 6, and so on. And basically, we'll just pick a name, and we'll do a 30-minute reading, free, and we can do it over FaceTime, Skype, Zoom, doesn't matter. I mean, it could just be over Google Duo, anything that we can make it happen over. I could do it over email, whatever you guys want. Those are the options. We'll figure it out, but it's basically a live reading, 30 minutes free for the winner. So that's really what the raffle's all about. And it's fun, yeah, it'll be great. I've done one of them before, and you know, she's from India, so we had to like pick a time that worked for us both, and that was kind of funny because it's hard to do that when they're like 12 and a half hours ahead. But we did figure it out, and it worked. It was fun. So if you guys ever see Trishna on here, she's the one who got the reading last time, and she had a really great time. We actually went longer than 30 minutes because it was just, we were so into it, you know. So that's just something I like to offer every now and then. Don't forget to like and subscribe, you guys, to the channel. And each reading today, it's $6 a question. All the information's in the description for you to get a reading. $6 a question. You can get as many as you'd like. Ask me anything. Ask away. Oh, Pisces Queen. Right? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Feisty Queen, okay. What's your second question, hun? I'll get you in this raffle for 4. Oh, I'm sorry, Azalea. I'm sorry. I thought it was Feisty Queen again for some reason. I don't know. I just didn't read that correctly. I'm sorry. Azalea. Um, Thank you. And yes, Feisty Queen, yes. Whoever wins, yeah, you can ask any questions, as many as you want within the allotted time, which is 30 minutes. Um, yeah, any questions, and we can also do some oracle cards for you, and we can really get into past lives, whatever you want to do, chakra, anything that you really want to cover during that time, we can go crazy with it, so it's really fun. It's a really cool session that we get to do. So yeah, that's exciting. And Azalea, thank you. So go ahead and post your question, Azalea. Thank you, you guys. I know I've been gone for a while. I've been kind of trying to move here, so it's been kind of crazy, but it's gonna be all right. Figure it out. So don't forget to like this video, you guys, if you haven't yet. I'd really appreciate that. What are Christian's current thoughts towards me? Christian's current thoughts towards Azalea, please. Christian's current thoughts towards Azalea, please. He's a Leo, I'm a Gemini. What are these Leos' feelings toward Azalea? She's a Gemini. First of all, these two flipped over, so I want to make that. Want to make a note of that. And say it's the moon and the 2 of cups. So we do have a connection here where it's like maybe in the beginning you guys really felt a strong connection, or you felt like you were on the same page. You just clicked really fucking well, and you like saw each other very clearly. You felt like you guys wanted the same things, but now it's, somebody's either getting distant or somebody's kind of not reciprocating anymore like they were here. Like, you could have hit it off, and then somebody just kind of like gets distant. Like the moon card, when I'm talking about love, it's kind of the card for I don't really know where I stand with the person. I don't know where we stand, and that's frustrating. So I did just get PayPal from Eva. Thank you, Eva. Go ahead and post your question. Yeah, I just saw that. Thank you. Go ahead and post whenever you're ready, and I'll come back to you, okay? Okay, so it's kind of the card for I don't know where I stand with the person. And obviously here, it was clear. Like, we click. We really like each other. We're getting along, and things are going to go in a good direction. And now it's just not sure. It's unclear, so you're obviously, that's why you're asking. But obviously that's, hence the question. What are his current feelings and thoughts for you? But let's see. Just want to cover that little part first because that's very important here. What else do we need to know? Give us, since we don't know because the moon is present, what do we need to know about his feelings, thoughts towards Azalea now? He's a Leo and she's a Gemini. Can you give us any kind of insight here? Okay. Okay, so I do see him still. I don't do reversals, so I just flip it over if it's reversed. I only do uprights, so that's not going to throw anything off. Don't worry. But first of all, we see this as somewhat of a kind of new project he's looking at it as. Like, this is like a new thing that he is focused on, and he sees a lot of potential there. It's like a new project he's focused on. And also, we have somebody giving help, lending a hand. So basically, he feels like maybe you're in a place where you need some help, and he's willing to help you. Like, this is a balance. This is these are skills here. So it's like we're going to balance each other out. Like, you need help, I got you. Last week to see me even though I have COVID. Yeah, so there you go. Yeah, he wants to help out, and he knows that you would do the same for him, is what I feel with that. He knows that it will be reciprocated. And so then here we're also talking about offer of love, an offer of love, an offer of connection, affection. So what is the deal here with the moon? It seems like this is what his intentions are, to be very focused on you. So I wouldn't, I don't see where there's confusion, personally. So, but it looks like from this point of view that he is interested. And also, of course, what you said, how he's visited you the past week. I mean, yeah, we definitely see him lending a hand and trying to offer some kind of help, some kind of support there to somebody who is more in need of it. So it seems like he knows that you would do the same for him in return, and that's why we see this balance of the scales here. He knows that if he was in this position, you would do the same thing. And then he's going to be offering more affection towards you and maybe even asking you out if he hasn't yet. So let's see. That's what I feel like his feelings are for you. He's intending to eventually, take this a little further and offer you some kind of a relationship. What is the moon here for then? What are we unsure about? Well, he had said 1 month ago he wasn't ready for a relationship because he was very hurt from an ex. Gotcha. So it was unclear for a while, but then he started showing up and saying, okay, no, I'd actually like to be here for this person, and now it's a little more obvious. But you just wanted to make sure. I feel like he's definitely thinking about that as a, goal he's going to be going towards, or a project he's going to be working on and working to create and make, make something of. I do see the Six of Wands here. Six of Wands. That means this is headed toward ooh! Woo! Okay. Okay. So, this is going to be a spicy connection. I say that because this is headed directly for a certain direction. There is a direction this is going in already. And the direction it's going in, I hate to say it, but it is the devil, which could be a Capricorn involved, but we already know there's Leo and Gemini, so no Capricorn there. But this can mean a few things. It could mean great sex, so there's nothing bad about that, right? But it also means some kind of like strong pull and tie, obsession, something that is just difficult to stop thinking about. You can't really get your mind off of it. You can't really get your focus off of it. And it can be toxic because of that. It's something that just kind of overcomes you, consumes you, and it's not a comfortable feeling. Like, it's exciting, but it's not comfortable because you know that, that it has you like that, and it's kind of risky. It's kind of toxic, and the Lovers here, so this would be regarding the relationship between you. This is Gemini as well, which is what you said your sign is. So a few things. First of all, it could be saying that maybe it's headed towards toxicity for you, or it's headed towards toxicity because of you. One of you is probably the more toxic one, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really, what's toxic is toxic. So I doubt if, saying who's more toxic is really important. What I want to know, though, is why is it headed towards this and then calling you out? Like, what do you need to know about that? It could just be regarding the Lovers here, since this is your relationship. Like, this relationship, the Lovers, as lovers, this would be, headed towards some toxicity here, some obsession. And at the end of the day, something that's seriously difficult to get over. You can't just like brush it off. It's something that sticks to you and you can't really let go. And that's hard, that's not an easy thing. So let's see what else we need to know about this devil. Anything we need to know about this devil here in regards to this. So you see your relationship is going to be progressing forward. He's going to ask you out most likely and want a connection. Yes, it could definitely be. It's funny you just said that because the High Priestess came out. And the High Priestess for me comes out, when I'm reading for somebody, it comes out, and it's saying to me that the person you're reading for already understands what you're saying. Like, they know something you don't know about the situation that this makes sense. Like, I'm saying this to you and you say that, and I feel like, yeah, that definitely could be part of it, because especially with the High Priestess here. And it could be part of it anyway, but it's funny the High Priestess would come out because now I feel like that does have a huge part to play in it. If there's something about addictions there. And we could be talking about codependency even, like addiction to love, addiction to your partner. Like, that's an addiction as well. And that's what I mean by like obsession. It's not exactly just a little thing. It is an addiction in a lot of ways, obsession, And it's a risky thing. You said I had an alcohol problem and I like to drink with him. So we see the Tower here. That represents there's going to be drastic change. There's going to be a lot of transformation in this connection. It could be karmic. It could mean that you guys are going to learn a lot together through the relationship. And, that obviously means there's going to be hard times. But let's see if there's going to be any light on the other side of this. If you guys are going to make it through these hard times. There's going to be a lot of change that happens when you get involved with this person. Like a lot of change for the both of you guys. Life-changing events. And things that you should just roll with and don't try to resist the change. Don't try to prevent the change. Don't try to force things that aren't happening. And don't try to resist change that's trying to happen as well. Because a lot of the change is going to take place and there's nothing you can do about that. Try to put a stop to it or try to prevent it. It's going to make it a lot harder on you. Because it's still going to change. It's just you don't want it to. So there's fear here. Be careful about pregnancy. There's the Empress. You might be afraid that you're going to get pregnant, or you might be afraid about, that kind of idea or that topic there. Someone's on high alert. Somebody might think they're pregnant. Somebody might be afraid that they're pregnant. I feel pregnancy is a lot to do with it. It doesn't have to be, and you can obviously prevent that by being careful, and that's why it's important you're getting the reading now. And I'm telling you this, so just do what you have to do to make that happen. But, yeah, we definitely see the Empress here. And that represents pregnancy. It could represent new beginnings. But the thing about if it represented new beginnings is there's fear. You said you have 2 kids and watching out not to get pregnant. So, yeah, it looks like there's fear and on high alert, and then there's the Empress. So that could be, why would you be on high alert about a new beginning? Especially with the Empress in a new beginning type of energy, it's mostly, there's a lot of potential there, and people feel that. People know that there's a lot here. There's a lot riding on this, and there's a lot to, there's a lot that's going to come of this new beginning. So it's beautiful usually. So when I see that there's fear and there's hypervigilance, like somebody can't get off that high alert mode. Somebody is in fear of something in this new beginning, or somebody's in fear of pregnancy, or something to where a new beginning is maybe going to be ruined, or maybe going to not actually happen, or not going to be what they thought it would be, or something. There's fear, and somebody is constantly trying to make sure that they don't get in the way of this new beginning. So maybe you're blaming yourself, or you're trying to just do everything to make him happy so he doesn't leave. Fear of abandonment there. There's fear of this new beginning will not manifest, or this new beginning is going to be bad. There's fear about a new beginning, a new chapter of life. So I do feel like after the Tower, we do see you guys having, making it through that. But the only thing about it is afterwards, the damage is done, and there's a lot of fear, and there's a lot of hypervigilance, and there's a lot of, what's going to happen next. I'm not even asking if it will happen. I'm saying when will it happen, because I know it's going to happen. Somebody is fearful to the point where they know something bad's going to happen. That's what they feel. It doesn't mean it's true, but it doesn't mean it's paranoid either, because there have been a lot of things that have happened to make people feel fearful, because things have taken place and gone down that would, cause that to happen. But so it's not like you're just crazy, but it's not, you are still fearful of something that hasn't happened yet. So it is kind of a waste of energy, but I don't know if there's too much you could really do to change that. It is a fear, so it's obviously not rational. So, I don't know if you can talk yourself out of it really, but shit's gone down. So obviously the person is afraid, and they don't want to ruin this new beautiful beginning that has so much potential. Whoever's here, can you guys like this video? If you haven't already, I'd appreciate that. I'd really appreciate that. It just takes a second to like and subscribe if you haven't already as well. We're doing $6 readings today. $6, so check it out in the description. You can get a reading yourself, and each reading will get a double entry into the raffle for a free 30-minute reading, okay? So, I feel like there is definitely, this person has feelings for you. They're going to be asking you out, and then we see the, kind of got to be careful there with the pregnancy issue and the Tower. So it's karmic. There's a lot of change that's going to go down, a lot of transformation between the both of you, because of this connection, and just try not to resist change or push things that aren't happening, or that haven't happened, or that you just really want to happen that don't look like they're happening. Try not to push or resist anything when the tower's there. You know, you're going to see a lot of changes happening for you and this other person. But it seems like you guys are going to make it through to the other side and see the light after the storm. But the thing about it is there's a lot of damage that is done afterwards. And I don't know if you guys will be able to revive that. It looks like there's going to be a lot of fear on one or both of your sides. So fear of this new beginning, fear that you'll get in the way of the new beginning. Try to stay true to yourself and not just listen to whatever the other person wants because you fear them leaving, because that could be what that's talking about as well. This is something that's going to be highly toxic, highly addicting, highly obsessing. So just try to tread lightly, even though we already know what's going to happen with that devil there. It could be very hard to tread lightly, but do the best you can. Try to stay true to yourself and do not just listen to whatever they want because you fear abandonment. You know, after this tower, a lot of shit changes and there's a lot of things that went down, and you kind of have to still make sure that your mental health is okay, your emotional health is okay. Even if this person isn't helping with that, then you have to make that decision at that time what you're going to do about that. You can stay there, or you cannot, you know, and that's up to you at that time. But that's what I have for you, Azalea. And yeah, it does look like he has feelings for you, for sure. To answer your question, I felt like that was too short, so I had to get a little more information for you. But double entry into the raffle here, and then we'll do Azalea. Eva. We'll do Eva. Okay. Azalea, double entry. Eva. I will be announcing the winner probably at the end of this week, for sure. It's been a long time we've been doing this raffle, actually, and I need to get on it already and pick that winner. Eva, you will get double entry as well, so whenever you're ready, just post your question. Eva, and we'll get started. So, let me see. I'll put these off to the side. Well, you already did pay for it, so actually I'll just put them in there. How about that? Just put them in there. And there you go. And thank you, you guys. I appreciate your time today. I'm glad to be able to do these readings for you. I've been gone for so long. It's been a long time that I've done a reading and gone live. How long has it been? It's been weeks, months. So I'm glad you guys didn't forget about me. I know I didn't forget about you guys. Oh, you did? Okay, let's see. Oh, gotcha. Nice. What are Val's thoughts and feelings towards me? I've been ignoring because he did something really messed up and illegal, and he's reached out here and there but nothing much. What are his thoughts and feelings towards you? Okay. Val's thoughts and feelings toward Eva. It looks like he's working really hard on something. Like he's been working really, really tirelessly hard on something. Very focused on some kind of project. Can't let go of something he has tried and failed. He is not able to let go of you at this time. He, you see one foot stepping forward out. Oh, actually, it's this foot. Stepping forward out, trying to have new experiences, trying to forget about the past, trying to move forward and move on and create new experiences. experience life and just keep going and not staying back. And this foot is set firmly in the past. It's staying there in the past. He's got his sword. He's very defensive about it. It's something he cannot let go of. He has tried and he cannot. So that's what you need to know as well, is that he's trying to work hard, trying to focus on other things, and he just cannot get his mind off of you. So that's why he keeps periodically, contacting you. What else do we need to know? Very quickly, suddenly, without you being able to do anything about it, something is going to come in. What is that? Oh, okay, I think it's saying basically you have a short window of time to really reach back out to him before he goes and off on his own. Because for now, he is missing something emotionally. Like, there's something missing here that he's going to go and try to look for. Which actually isn't a bad idea that you wait for him to do that. Because once he does that, he's a lot, more whole and enlightened. And he doesn't feel like he needs something to fill that void, which would end up being you, and that's not a healthy thing. So, you could wait for him to go through that period of time. That would be a good idea. But who's to say that he would still be interested afterwards? Because when he does find himself or find whatever he's looking for, it could have nothing to do with you anymore. So I don't know. That is up to you if you want to wait or not. But I feel like what it's saying is very soon he's going to be doing this, and there's nothing you're going to be able to do about it once he's gone. So that's really up to you, but this is something that's happening quickly. It's kind of saying just, don't wait too long to reach back out. The moon's here, and because right when I pulled that card, I was thinking to myself, but that must be so confusing for you, because you're thinking, like, should I reach out? I'm really not okay with what he did. Like, I don't even know if I want to be involved with him, but then I don't want to lose him too. I don't want him to just go and be gone forever. Like, what should I do? And that makes sense, because the moon doesn't really make sense. The moon is lack of clarity. You need to understand things that are not there for you to understand. Like, there's no information that is there that it makes this right. So you'd have to communicate with him in order to get those questions answered, or, to feel okay, to know where you stand and know what you kind of want to do about the situation. The moon. Also Pisces. 3 of Cups. So even if you just, talk to the person on a friend level, like ask them out for coffee or whatever, something, you can do that. And because it's kind of recommending that you take this, you take a friendly approach to this instead of actually trying to be in a relationship or trying to have feelings for the person. You rather take a friendly approach to this, because this is a card of speaking about when people very much enjoy each other's company, but they're good friends. It's like caring people, so you come from a place of actually just genuine caring for another person, and you're trying to understand where they're at, so you can understand if you want to be part of their lives or not, or you want them part of yours, but just being genuine and caring, not trying to put too much on it, but just being understanding. Somebody makes a decision without thinking, it's very, there's no forethought. It's just very much, it's impulsive. Let's see if there's any regrets. Yeah, and somebody is not committed. So somebody is not committed to this idea. You have to be careful because, okay. Wow. All right, so there could be a pregnancy and there could be a heartbreak. You have to be careful with this, because what I feel like could happen is you get what I'm saying right now, and then you go and you rush over there, you try to work this out with the person before they're gone, right? And then you maybe have sex with them, and then maybe you get pregnant and there's heartbreak, somebody's not involved as much as they were before. That's one scenario. Another scenario is, there's no new beginning that happens, because the Knight of Wands here represents somebody who's not committed, somebody who is there 1 minute and they're passionate as fuck, and then the next minute they're just gone. They're on to the next thing and they have moved on and they're nowhere to be found. So it could be something that you, like I said, are there any regrets to this impulsive action? And yeah, it looks like these would be the consequences of that. So this is a new beginning. If it's not pregnancy, it's a new beginning, and it's not going to happen because of this heartbreak and this person who's not really committed to what they said they would be committed to. So I feel like that does not work out in the way that you would hope. And it could even be you who's not really committed later on, at a later date. You might change your mind, and that person could end up being heartbroken. But either way, somebody's going to change their mind, and it's going to be heartbreaking. It's going to be something where you feel like you're just torn apart by that. Maybe because you had high hopes, maybe because you're pregnant, or maybe the pregnancy itself is what makes you realize, oh, wait, no, I can't be doing this, you know? But there is heartbreak there. It's not an easy thing. This is something that's going to be difficult, which sucks, but you can't get over you right now. So it really depends on what you want to do about that. I feel like if you go towards it, it could be something that you have to tread lightly and just do it on a friendly level to see where he's at and see if you want to be involved in that kind of lifestyle with him and go from there. Or you can, but try not to go towards it in a way that's romantic, because you could end up regretting that. You could end up making a decision that you don't want to really make. He hasn't given me a proper apology after what he did. He secretly filmed us being intimate and other girls and was charged by the police. Wow. So yeah, maybe it's better if you don't wait. If you do wait, you let him go and take care of that emotional shit that's going on. Remember how I said before, it was like the, what was it? The 8 of Cups? That's right. Something is missing, and he's going to have to go and look for it. And so, yeah, he is going to be going away. Not by choice, but he's going to be going away. So maybe it is better if you do let him go and do that. Get some help, get some psychological help for those issues, and maybe apologize later on down the line. But if he doesn't, then that kind of shows you that you really probably don't want to be involved with that person. I would say already you probably don't, but to me, there is potential there for that to happen, but you would probably end up getting pregnant, and then it would be something that you regretted. You know, if this person is charming, or they have just, when you talk to them, you just know that they can